Hi there and welcome to the Met Office forecast for the week ahead. It might be August, still technically summer, but depending where you are in the UK, it may feel at times this week like autumn has arrived early. The reason behind the more unsettled weather we're expecting this week is an increasingly powerful jet stream, and the reason for an increasingly powerful jet stream is something we often see at this time of year actually, is an enhanced temperature contrast across the North Atlantic. That's what helps to fuel the jet stream, and we've got this tremendous mass of very warm waters across the tropics and the subtropics. And then we've got this increasingly cold air sinking south across the Davis Strait and Greenland, and where these two air masses collide, of course, you get an increased power to the jet stream. And that's especially going to be the case by the end of the week as that jet stream picks up and develops, as well as sends areas of low pressure towards the UK. It's northwestern parts that will bear the brunt of the wind and rain this week, drier and less windy towards the southeast, but all areas expecting very changeable weather from day to day and from place to place. Now, we start off Tuesday with some sunshine first thing through the Midlands and to parts of central southern England. Elsewhere, a number of showers from the word go, and those showers will rapidly push into northern and western parts of the UK through the day. The most frequent and most prolonged downpours will be across western Scotland, northwest England, Northern Ireland, along with some very gusty winds. And it's going to feel cool where that happens, the odd rumble of thunder as well. These showers are going to be lively. Further southeast, drier, and some parts of, say, the East Midlands, eastern and southern England will largely avoid the showers with some sunny spells in between. And where we get that sunshine, feeling pleasant enough, but obviously where we've got the wind and the showery rain, feeling much less pleasant for the time of year. It's not unusual at this time of year for hurricanes in the Atlantic to influence the UK's weather in some shape or form. Hurricane Ernesto brought some damaging impacts to parts of the Caribbean last week. Now it's moving north, and as it pushes into cooler North Atlantic waters, of course, it will no longer be a hurricane. It will diminish in nature. It will become a more typical Atlantic low and even just merge into a cold front rather than becoming a defined feature in itself. So in that way, this ex-hurricane, or at least the remnants from this ex-hurricane, will be no different from other areas of low pressure or weather fronts that we often see coming in from the west. But there's one important difference, and that is its origins. The tropical origins of this means that we're going to see a lot of tropical humid air move into the UK and dump a lot of moisture, and that means that northwestern parts during Wednesday and Thursday will be very sodden, and west-facing hills of western Scotland in particular will see an awful lot of rainfall. Parts of Argyll and West Highland, more than 100 millimetres of west-facing hills, yellow rain warning in force. So we start off Wednesday, dry before that rain arrives, but already from the word go, cloud thickening across western parts, some light showery rain pushing in, but then really it's from lunchtime that we'll see the more persistent stuff arrive into western Scotland and Northern Ireland, northwest England and North Wales, seeing that rainfall by the end of the afternoon. Clouding skies elsewhere, but staying mostly dry towards the south and southeast. Lighter winds here, whilst the winds really pick up strength across the northwest of the UK, 50, perhaps 60 miles an hour or more as far as the wind gusts are concerned across the north and west of Scotland, and that swathe of very strong winds pushes through the Irish Sea later Wednesday into the start of Thursday. With the rain throughout much of daylight on Wednesday, mostly persistent but light to moderate. It's really into Thursday that the rain turns especially heavy, and those rainfall totals are going to mount up through Wednesday and into Thursday across western Scotland in particular. I think southwest Scotland, 50 millimetres of rainfall in places, but Argyll and West Highland of west-facing hills, the risk of more than 100 millimetres of rain through this period. That could cause some localised flooding. Yellow rainfall warning in force. The band of rain moves southeast and really diminishes in nature. It becomes light and patchy by the end of Thursday, with showers and brighter interludes following in the northwest and staying blustery, although the strongest of the winds by this stage will have moved through. So breezy, cloudy, some light outbreaks of rain into parts of England and Wales by the end of Thursday, but nowhere near as heavy or as persistent as compared with Scotland. And that shows up on this rolling rainfall totals graphic. So we're starting Monday and we're moving through to Friday and seeing those rainfall totals mount up with the key there on the right of the screen. And you can see how the rain really adds up across parts of Scotland, Northern Ireland, northwest England, parts of Wales as well. But really the hills are showing up very nicely on this graphic, indicating that a lot of the rainfall will be most enhanced over higher parts of western UK, with a marked rain shadow across eastern Scotland and more especially eastern England. Very little rainfall in places towards the east and southeast, with more than 100 millimetres through the week over some of those west-facing hills of western Scotland. So marked contrasts northwest to southeast in the rainfall distribution, and that continues as we end the week, with the front associated with ex-Hurricane Ernesto moving through, and then the next low coming along, picked up by the jet stream, deepening during Thursday and into Friday, and bringing another swathe of strong winds and heavy rain. Now, there are some uncertainties because we're still 4 or 5 days out with the track and depth of this low, but suffice to say it's going to bring another day of unsettled weather across the UK. For the word go, we've got cloud thickening and outbreaks of heavy and persistent rain moving into much of the country. Perhaps the rainfall a bit focused more to the south compared with Wednesday and Thursday's wet weather. So Wales, Western England seeing some particularly wet weather. That moves through, followed by showers and some brighter interludes. The winds strong through Friday as well, making it feel unseasonably cool. And once that low's out of the way, we've still got this changeable westerly airflow. We've still got a powerful jet stream in charge through the weekend. So the weather's going to stay changeable or unsettled on Saturday and Sunday, with further showers, longer spells of rain and blustery winds. Autumn may have started early, but of course summer has still got some legs to it, and next week, the last week of August, we may see a slight change to warmer weather. So there's always some hope, I suppose, if you don't like this kind of weather. More on our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss an update. Bye-bye.